What's up, fellas? How's it going? Chris Teresi here, professional sports bettor, founder of WeCoverSpreads.com. Here to give you all the Friday market breakdown. Um, First things first, I do have a pass up today, the Friday pass. We had a losing night last night. We haven't had back-to-back losing nights in weeks, so 13 of the last 16 days we've pulled a profit. Hoping to bounce back after last night. We went 1-2. So I stayed selective today. I didn't find anything on that college basketball card that I liked. I had a few leans, but nothing really made it. My leans were Georgia Southern. They're a young team though, so I'm not sure really if they're going to be able to pull this off. But I do think they're the better team. I do have them as about a a little bit more than a 2 point favorite in this spot, but I'm not sure if they can pull it off. Um, who else did I like Loyola Marymount. I really wanted 3.5. I think they may beat San Francisco straight up tonight though. But I didn't trigger it because I was trying to stay a little picky. And the final game that I did lean in college basketball was Miami of Ohio first half. But I think odds makers did a really good job shorting that number. Miami of Ohio has done very good as a home underdog this year. I think they knew sharps would attack that game if they inflated that line too high. So I think they shorted it, and when they shorted the full game line, it shorted the first half bet line, and we weren't able to get down on it. So that kind of that's kind of where I'm going tonight with my leans. But I do have two NBA bets, and you can pick those up. I may add another one later, but that the NBA card I liked a little better than the college basketball card tonight. Um, let's get into the market breakdown. NBA first. As I start off with like the popular recreational betting plays, the games the betting public is on, especially tying up in parlays and stuff like that. The Memphis Grizzlies, Chicago Bulls, Dallas Mavericks, the Heat, and the Clippers are going to be the biggest, pain in the ass games or whatever, highest bet recreational better games as far as like parlays and stuff. Sharps, they took the Bucks, they took the Raptors at 4, they took Utah at 5, they took a piece of the Kings at 10.5. Totals, they took Milwaukee, Atlanta under, Charlotte, San Antonio over, and the Lakers over against the Kings. That's pretty much it. That's for informational purposes only. It doesn't mean that I endorse any of those plays, but that's kind of the way things broke down as far as the NBA market broke down today. College basketball, a lot of these games are tied into parlays. This is like the heavy bet recreational betting public plays or whatever. You got Notre Dame in there. I kind of like them in that spot too. That's another one I leaned. I thought Notre Dame, his senior night playing for Abriomitis. He's going to be in uniform. I think those young guys, should come out hard for him. And Providence, possible little letdown spot coming off the UConn upset. Had a little bit of a lean with Notre Dame, but it's a lot of points to lay. Belmont, they're going to be all over Belmont. Going to be all over Harvard. The recreational bettors are all over Cornell, Penn, Georgia State, Northeastern, Creighton, Murray State. They're all over Marist here locally, all over Mercer, Niagara locally here. Just a lot of games they not really familiar with the teams, but they like to bet favorites, so they'll just throw the favorites all together up in parlays or whatever, and that's kind of how the recreational bettors are betting tonight's college basketball card. Professional bettors, they made a few moves early on. Before I get into those though, professional bettors did really bad last March. You ask any bookmaker, you talk to a lot of sharps, they did not have a good March last year. So if you're gonna go following what professional bettors are doing, or following line moves and stuff like that, this time of year, you may end up, getting beat up. I think professional bettors tend to reach a little bit, and the lines are going to be certain games like now in conference tournament time will be skewed more against them than in a couple of weeks when the betting public is heavily involved, and then the lines will be a little bit more skewed toward the betting public. But right now, this next week or two, these lines are going to be basically stacked up against professional bettors, and they're very tight. That's why I couldn't find anything today to bet. The lines are going to be a lot more tighter these next couple of weeks. in conference tournament time. So you got to pick your spots, choose your spots. If you go following the line movements, you'll end up broke. You end up burning through a lot of money. So be careful. Either do your own homework. If you don't have time to do your own homework, find a reputable service, or something like that, or just take it low, lay low, and take it light, because you could end up losing a good chunk of change. Um, as far as what sharps did bet, they took Detroit, they took Brown, they took Kent State, they took St. Pete's, they took Missouri State, and they took Butler. And as far as the total guy's very quiet today. The quietest I've seen them in a very long time. I think that books did a very good job tightening up these totals today. And Drake Creighton under is the only big one I have to relay to you guys. Because even with the couple of MAC games we have tonight, the Metro, the East Coast MAC, not the Mid American, those lines are tight. And guys here in New York been killing the books in MAC totals this year, and those hardly even they were even to make a move on them, hardly even put a dent on them because they open so tight. So be careful. It's conference tournament time, and even some sharps they get trigger happy. I think the best bet is take it light and easy, and that's your best way you're gonna make money. Pick and choose your spots. Last night we took Sacred Heart big in the first half, and it didn't come through. LIU, they were down 21-20 with about, I forget how many minutes left, and LIU went on an 11-0 run, and that was it. A lot of sharps, for instance, took Indiana State earlier today, and that game had no chance. They got blown out by Wichita. So, pick and choose your spots, and be careful of following sharp, line moves and stuff like that, because you can end up really, really hurting your bankroll. And that's about it. That wraps up this video, and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with another one.